Your frequency is the only thing that matters, and I'm going to break it down in this video. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. I am back with another groundbreaking presentation. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. In this video, your frequency is going to be discussed thoroughly in order to give you a profound understanding as to why this is how you are going to attract your desired situation. So with that being said, it's time to demonstrate. So you've been programmed to think that you react to reality, but the truth is reality reacts to you. I had to emphasize this as I get started in this presentation because, that's what it's all about. You see, you're probably asking each and every single day, but why do tragic things happen to good people? Why does this have to happen to me? Why am I living such a good life and everything is going against me? But why do the nicest people suffer the most? Well, when it comes to the reality that you create, the universe doesn't care if you're a good or bad person. Like, let me really break this down for you to understand, because I know that sounds crazy and that's a hard pill that I had to swallow. But when I really understood this, it really set me free and helped me put my frequency in alignment to the goals that I want to achieve in my personal life. So one thing I want you to understand is that when it comes to controlling your mind to create your reality, the only thing that the universe registers is frequency, or the state of consciousness that you're occupying. So keep this in mind as I continue to dive deeper, because this is surface level. So what I mean is the universe operates, indiscriminately to everybody. Whether you're a good or bad person, quote unquote, from a human standpoint, that doesn't matter to your mind. It doesn't matter to the universe. Like, you think justice is fair, but you're looking at it from a human standpoint. This is why you remain stuck in your current situation. Really think about it. Think about it. Look around in your city, in your family, even yourself. You're probably a nice person, nice guy, a nice woman, but you find that things don't go your way. You can't attract your desired situation. You might find that, oh, I'm praying so much, or I'm doing all of these things, going to church, doing all of these things that you really feel like makes you well deserving, right, of your desired situation or word of reality. But the truth is, you're just not really in alignment to achieve your desired situation. I talk about it in my videos. You need to become the person that's worthy of attracting it. It's a frequency. It's not just because you're a nice person or you're doing good things. That's not what it's about. So let's dive a little deeper, because I don't want you to be discouraged as you bridge the gap to your desired situation, knowing this information, knowing that the universe is unapologetically equal to all, regardless of morality, right? Because your mind doesn't think about morality. There's a set of laws, construct. That's what the world operates on, not based off of our labels as human beings. So what am I mean here? Morality is a human construct, but frequency is a universal construct. Let me say that again. Morality, oh, you're a good or bad person, that's a human construct. Frequency is a universal construct. Your morals don't dictate whether you deserve your desired situation. Your frequency does. So understand that whatever frequency you project will be reflected, shown back to you. And understand that whatever state of consciousness that you're in will be materialized as within, so without, right? So you see how it doesn't matter if you're a nice person or if you're a bad person. It's just a frequency game that we're playing here. And so you may be a nice person, but your frequency is bad. How does that make sense? You probably want me to break this down. Well, you have low self-confidence. You have low self-belief. You live in fear all the time. You're worried about the economy, the government, the shutdown. You're worried about what's going on here or there. You're worried about all of these things outside of yourself. You're living in a scarcity mindset. Whenever you're faced with a challenge, you could be the nicest person, but whenever you're faced with a challenge, you always think about it from a negative standpoint. You have a negative mindset. You're a victim. You love pointing fingers. You don't like to take accountability, but you feel like you're a nice person, and that. But that's not what it's all about. This is why it's not all about being nice. You could be nice surface level, but look at your frequency. Look at all of these things that I broke down. This is the reason why you're not worthy of getting whatever it is that you want, because of how you feel about yourself and how you see the world, your perception. And now look around. You probably have that person in your neighborhood, in your workplace, or someone you grew up with that you feel like is an arrogant person. Oh, this is a bad person. He's full of himself. But check this out. That person's frequency is in alignment with what they want to achieve. How does that even make sense? They're a bad person, but they seem to be getting all of these things. They seem to be so lucky. Oh, who does this person think he is? He's overly confident, but that's the point. That's the reason why he or she's attracting what they want so much. Although you don't think they're a good person, they have the high self-confidence. They believe in themselves. They're certain in the way that they move. They're intentional. And this is what you lack. That's the reason why you're in your current situation. But when you look at these quote unquote bad people, they just have a frequency in which they feel like they're deserving of whatever it comes their way. And so this all contributes to a frequency worthy of great things. You see? And so it's just all about how you see yourself at the end of the day and becoming who it is that you want to be. It's not about being a nice or a bad person. And the version of you in your desired situation understands this. A lot of successful people definitely understand this, some at an unconscious level, but people who are really intentional with themselves understand this information. They understand that the universe rewards those who are disciplined themselves with the frequency that works in tandem with their desired situation / reality. And you see, this is how the universe in your mind operates. It's nothing new. Like, this isn't anything new. It's not a new discovery. This is how it's always been, but it's not your fault because we haven't been taught this information. It's been kept secret, but as much as it's been kept secret, it's available for those who seek it out. It's your birthright to know how to live your best life. If that's what you want, you can seek it and you can receive it. So as much as you may feel like it is secret, it's really not. This is open information. So the only thing that makes you worthy of your desired situation is the frequency of your desired situation. That's what you need to understand. That's what makes you worthy of that physique that you want, that health that you want, that relationship that you want. It's the frequency that you emit. Right? You need to make sure that your internal state is in alignment with who it is that you want to become. Your desired situation isn't waiting for you to be a nice person. It's for you to materialize whatever it is. It's not about you being a nice person. It's waiting for you to become the right person. So you don't need to become the nice person. You need to become the right person. You must be different. You must emit a different frequency than everybody, right? Because the universe, your mind, is objective. There's no good or bad. Everything just is. That's the difference between the universal construct and the human construct. Good or bad is subjective for us humans. That's what we created. You're a microcosm of the macrocosm. And when it comes to the macrocosm, it's built in systems, and it's not about who's a good person, who's a bad person. It's what do you want? Because you can have whatever you want, but you need to be in a frequency alignment with that. You see, that's how much freedom, free will that you have as a human being. And you just don't really understand that. But throughout this video, you now understand the importance of your frequency and why it matters so much. And that's why I talk about it in my videos. I say it again, I'm gonna say it now. It doesn't matter what you think is true. The only thing that matters is what you think is true, because with work, it will become true. All you have to do is shift your perception and become the person worthy of your desired situation through the frequency that you put out. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, share this video. And with that being said, I will see you on the other side. Keep going. Until next time.